Hello creeps, Andy here, and today I have a huge, odd birthday book haul for you. St. Patrick's Day was my birthday, and a lot of these I got for my birthday, or I got gift cards for my birthday, and so I used those to purchase books. A few of these I bought before my birthday, but otherwise I'm just gonna go through and show you a bunch of books. I also have stuff from my P.O. box that I was sent. I'm not exactly sure what those are. I don't know if they're from authors or I don't know. So we're gonna figure that out together. So let's just jump in. We got a lot to get through. So this is probably gonna be a longer video, and hopefully you guys will just hang out with me and we can talk about books. So I'm very excited. I know that I've been pretty inconsistent on my channel. I promise I've been filming videos and then I just hate them all and I delete them and I don't post them. I don't know what's going on. I'm just feeling like nothing I'm putting out is worth uploading, and I've never felt like that before, so I don't know, but I'm trying to just get past that and still upload stuff, so hopefully I can get my stuff together. But the only thing, this is not a book, but the only thing that I asked for my birthday was this. I really wanted a Niles Green t-shirt because I love Frasier and Niles is the shit. So anyways, that is the only thing that I asked for my birthday, and everything else, I mean, I'm thankful for, but it's just an addition to Niles Green. I also got a new phone because, as you guys will know if you watched my last video, I broke my phone right before my birthday. So although that's the only thing I asked for from my husband, he did buy me a new phone, and I got this black case on it, and I think it's really cute. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's just jump into it. Okay, here we'll just start with these. The first one that I got was Richard Lehman's The Cellar. And on the back, it just says, tourists flock to Beast House, but few ever return. Behind the cellar door lurks a creature of pure evil. I don't think I've ever read any Richard Lehman books before, so I'm not sure how this one will be. I'm not sure. Again, this is like, a lot of these were just on my Amazon list and were purchased for me from other people. So again, I don't know like where I was or what I was looking at when I added a lot of these to my Amazon list, but this was on there and somebody purchased it for me. This one is so funny. Okay, my mother-in-law is the greatest human. I love her so much. I don't know how I got so lucky, and you know, she just accepts me for being unique and weird and liking dark stuff. And so I had a bunch of books on my Amazon list. I always do. I just always add anything that I want. And I have a good chunk of those Murder in the Mix series, those like cozy mystery series on there. And then I have books like this, right? And my husband just sends her the list before my birthday, didn't even tell me, just says like, oh, if you want to get her something, just buy her a book off this list. And so anyways, this is the book that she purchased for me, Burn You the Fuck Alive. I mean, she got me like 2 or 3 books, but this is by B.R. Yeager, Burn You the Fuck Alive. And I open this and I go, oh, this is so funny, because I, you know, usually before Brian sends out my list, I'll delete books that could be like offensive or weird on it. And she laughs and she goes, no, I bought this one for you because I looked at them all and I knew you were into this kind of stuff. And we both just started laughing. So apparently I'm into burning people alive. But yeah, I just thought that was so funny, and like, what a wonderful lady to just like allow me to be myself and not have to, you know, feel weird about it. I adore her. I adore his whole family. I'm very lucky. Anyways, this one doesn't have any information on it, so I can't tell you what it's about. I guess I can look it up on Goodreads. Again, not sure why this one was on the list, but I'm glad that it is, and I'll tell you why in a second. This just says, she asks for a light. You reach in your pocket and dig out your Bic, strike the flint and touch the flame to the cigarette. She inhales. The tip roils cinder. A line of flame draws down the paper, crossing the band down to the filter. It touches her lips and her entire face is ablaze, engulfing, disappearing her hair, climbing down her throat, down her shoulders and arms and chest and belly, down her pants to her shoes, washed in pumpkin light. She waves her arms, spinning in circles and howling. You run. And it just says collective fiction at the bottom. So anyways, very interested in this one. And actually, I'll just show you this one since we're on the topic of this. My best friend for my birthday, it's so funny, his birthday is the day before mine. So his is March 16th, mine is March 17th, and we just bought each other books for our birthdays. He's the one that I'm doing the book, like a book club kind of thing with, where we pick out books every month. So for our birthdays, we got each other the books that we were gonna read. So he got me this one, Negative Space by B.R. Yeager, which is the same author, which is really cool. I'm actually reading this one now. I just started, but I am in love with it so far. The writing is superb. I'm really into the story. This one, again, on the back, it doesn't say much information. You know what? And if you don't mind, I'm not gonna actually look it up on Goodreads either because, oh, I have something in my eye. Oh, there it is. I see it, you little bitch. Get the fuck out. I know it's a dog hair. Yep, it was a dog hair. I'm not gonna look it up on Goodreads because I don't really love reading the description of books right before I actually read them. I don't want anything given away. So anyways, I will just say that I'm loving this so far. Obviously this will be in my wrap up and I'll give you more of a deep dive into that one once we're done. The next thing is that I had asked you guys on Instagram if a Kindle was a good idea, like worth a purchase, because any ebook I have, I either read it on my phone or my iPad and it gives me really bad headaches. And all of you guys were like, yes, it helps with my headaches. Yeah, you guys are awesome. But anyways, what ended up happening was the same week that I asked you guys that question, my best friend's friend my best friend got like a hand-me-down Kindle from his friend. And so he texted me and was like, hey, I got this extra Kindle. Do you want my old one? And I was like, yes. So he ended up giving me his old Kindle. I'm reading Hi, I'm a Social Disease right now. Isn't this cover fantastic? I love it. It's by Anderson Prunty. But again, this will be in my wrap up, I'm sure too. Anyways, he ended up giving me his old Kindle. It's like an older generation one. It still works great. It's still fine. And so far I've not had any issues with headaches reading it. So yeah, super cool. Thank you also for all your input on Kindles and if they're worth it and stuff. But he gave it to me in a different case, and then he showed me his Kindle, and he had gotten a clear case and then put a bunch of stickers on the back. And so I wanted to be a copycatter, and so I got a clear case and I'm gonna put stickers on the back. But anyways, isn't that so nice of him? So now I have a Kindle to read my ebooks on, and I'm definitely less apprehensive in buying Kindles and or Kindle books. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. The next book that I got was The Fisherman by John Langan. And didn't you guys recommend this to me? I think you did. And so this is, I think like one of the only books that I purchased for myself in this haul. Like this was just, it was on my birthday and I was like, I want to at least touch a book on my birthday. I want to go to a bookstore. I want to smell books on my birthday. And so this is one that I ended up buying. It says, in upstate New York, in the woods around Woodstock, Dutchman's Creek flows out of Ashokin Reservoir. Steep banked, fast moving, it offers the promise of fine fishing and of something more, a possibility too fantastic to be true. When Abe and Dan, two widowers who have found solace in each other's company and a shared passion for fishing, hear rumors of the creek and what might be found there, the remedy to both their losses, they dismiss it as just another fish story. Soon, though, the men find themselves drawn into a tale as deep and old as the reservoir. It's a tale of dark pacts, of long buried secrets, and of a mysterious figure known as the Fisherman. It will bring Abe and Dan face to face with all that they have lost and with the price they must pay to regain it. I don't know, it's interesting because it doesn't sound much like a horror book, but I'm very interested to see what this guy's about. So yeah, let me know if this is the book that you guys recommended. I do know it had something to do with fishing or a fishing boat or something, but I thought the cover looked different, so I'm not 100% sure that that's the right one, but let me know. Okay, we're getting into some odd territory, okay? So just know some of these books are gonna have offensive titles. I mean, I don't think that the people that are watching my videos are sensitive people, you know? Like, I talk about pretty messed up stuff, but just a warning, you know, there's gonna be some weird offensive stuff in here. This one's called The Sluts by Dennis Cooper. To be honest, the reason I purchased this one was because I think these next four I got from a gift card that was gifted to me on my birthday. It's been on my Amazon list for a long time, and the reason I got this one was because in the reviews on Goodreads, there was a comment that said, The Sluts gives The Story of the Eye, A Run for Its Money, with a castration scene or something like that. I bought it for the castration, okay? Sue me. So it says, set largely on the pages of a website where gay male escorts are reviewed by their clients and told through the postings, emails, and conversations of several dozen unreliable narrators. You guys know I'm a hoe for unreliable narrators. The Sluts chronicles the evolution of one young escort's date with a satisfied client into a metafiction of pornography, lies, half-truths, and myths. Illicit, shocking, comical, and displaying the author's signature flair of blending structural complexity with direct, stylish, accessible language. The Sluts is Cooper's most transgressive novel since Frisk. And I did recently get a different Dennis Cooper book too, so yeah, I don't know. Interesting, sounds unique, unreliable narrator. I'm here for it. So yeah, The Sluts. The next one I got was Left Hand by Paul Curran. Meticulous, violent, delicate, awe-inspiring. And look at that. The person who said that is none other than Dennis Cooper. So yeah, that's interesting. I always love that. It just says, to stop this novel occurring from this motel room is impossible. That's all it said. Okay. No, I think it did say something on Goodreads about what this is actually about. So let's see here. Oh, no, it's just actually a quote. It just says, Left Hand is every reason why Paul Curran is one of the smartest, most daring, meticulous, violent, delicate, awe-inspiring new fiction chiselers in the known world, if you ask me. His work has been a huge favorite of lucky insiders like me for years, and now the secret is finally and definitely out. And that is a quote, again, by Dennis Cooper. I think the reason this one interested me was the top review. It just says that it's potty-mouthed, violent, sexual, and so I was like, yeah, sounds like something I'd be into. So I purchased this guy. Not really sure what that's about, but I will keep you posted. Of course, it's not one of my videos unless we have an Addison Moore book. This is number 8 or 9 in the series, and it's called New York Cheesecake Chaos. And I'm not going to read the back because, again, I don't want to give away who gets murdered, because usually it says in the back who gets murdered, so I don't want to give it away for myself. But it's just that cute cozy mystery I was telling you about. I'm on book, like I said, 7 or 8, and here's why I love these books. Okay, they're set every month, so you get to read them, not even because, you know, when it's cold or winter, you read snowy books, or when it's hot, sometimes you read summer books, and that's great and all, but these are so specific. They usually take place around holidays or have specific elements. Like the last one that I read took place in March. It was the character Lottie's birthday, so I read it on my birthday. My birthday is St. Patrick's Day, and there was St. Patrick's Day in the book. Like, they had a party for St. Patrick's Day. It was super windy in the book, and it was super windy here. It was just weird. I just felt like it was more of like an interactive experience reading a book, you know, because it describes like how it is outside. It's very cool, and it takes place in Vermont, so it's not Los Angeles, but there's still enough that makes it feel, I don't know, it's just cool. It's exciting to have a book that I can read every month of the year. I just think it's so fun. I'm having a blast with these. Yes, they're silly. Yes, they're ridiculous. I still love them. I will not stop reading these books, but wanted to give you a little bit more insight on why I love them so much. And also, the story is definitely starting to take off more of the paranormal stuff is happening, and then she has this like love triangle with these 2 hunky men who happen to be ex-stepbrothers. It's very interesting. And they always get, you know, caught up in these like ridiculous plots with like sex workers and strippers, and like, I don't know, it's just it's so silly. I love it. So yeah, I look forward to reading that every month. So anyways, the next one that I got is Paradise Rot by Jenny Haval, and this one has been on my list again for a long time, and it's one of those that I think is going to be strange and weird. And it says, Joe is in a strange new country for university and having a more peculiar time than most. In a house with no walls, shared with a woman who has no boundaries, she finds her strange home coming to life in unimaginable ways. Joe's sensitivity and all her senses become increasingly heightened and fraught as the lines between bodies and plants increasingly heightened and fraught as the lines between bodies and plants, dreaming and wakefulness, blur and mesh. This debut novel from critically acclaimed artist and musician Jenny Haval presents a heady and hypersensitive portrayal of sexual awakening and queer desire. And the only thing that I've read on the reviews is that there's a lot of urine in this. I don't know. Okay, next round of books. Oh, I forgot also to show you that my mother-in-law got me these socks too, which I thought were so funny, that just say "fuck off, I'm reading." She thought it was hilarious. And then these ones say "so many books or so little time," so many books, so little time. She's just a delight. I got these. I also got these. And I got, oh yes, okay. My best friend also got me this, Maggie's Grave by David Sodergren, and it just says the small Scottish town of, bro, I can't pronounce anything, is dead and has been for years. It sits in the shadow of a mountain, forgotten in perpetual gloom. 47 residents are all that remains. There's nothing to do, there's nothing to see except for a solitary grave near the top of the mountain. But sometimes the dead don't stay buried, especially when they have unfinished business. I don't know, but he was reading this. I said, oh, I've seen that around a lot. And so he purchased it for me because he really enjoyed it. So yeah, there's that one. He also got me a card. It says Slutface on it. Such a loving friend. Oh, and then it says blow out the candles, I'll cut the cake, and it's Michael Myers. Next, I got Tess Gerritsen's Body Double. This is number 4 in the Surgeon series, the Rosolian Isles, the series that the show Rosolian Isles is based off of. It just says, Boston medical examiner Dr. Maura Isles is shocked to discover that the murdered woman looks exactly like her. For Maura, an only child, a DNA test confirms a startling fact. The mysterious doppelganger is in fact her twin sister? Wait, really? Now an already bizarre homicide investigation becomes a disturbing excursion into a past full of dark secrets and twisted truth. It's a journey that leads Maura to the mother she never knew, an icy and cunning woman who gave Maura life and who just might have a plan to take it away. Okay, this sounds so good. I'm very excited to read this one. It's been a while since I've read any of those Rosolian Isles books. This one I just bought used online. I also found this book. I'm gonna probably pronounce this incorrectly. It's called Monstrilio, and this is by Gerardo Samano Cordova, and I haven't heard anybody talking about this book, but I saw the cover and it super intrigued me. It looks kind of like I don't know, like a 90s or 80s style print, and then there's this little, honestly, freaking adorable little demon down here. But I read the first line and I was like, oh, I'm buying this book. It says, after her son dies, Magus carves out a small piece of his lung to save for herself. And after that, I was like, I'm in. I don't care anything. I'm into this book. I need to buy it. I need to read it. And so I actually purchased this one and Jurassic Park for my friend for his birthday. So this will be our book club book next month. And yeah, the negative space one is ours for this month. So I'm really excited to read this. It says, acting on fierce maternal instinct and the dubious logic of an old folk tale, she nurtures the lung until it gains sentience. Growing into the carnivorous little Monstrilio, she keeps hidden within the walls of her decaying childhood home in Mexico City. Tell me that this does not sound like one of the best books. I'm so excited for this. But despite her best efforts to turn the monster she created into a man, Monstrilio's innate impulses threaten to destroy his fragile second chance at life. A meditation on grief, acceptance. I mean, come on. Come on. This was written for me, right? And the monstrous side of love and loyalty. Gerardo Samano Cordova's ambitious debut spans the globe from Brooklyn to Berlin, offering a cathartic and precise portrait of being a human. I mean, I'm so excited. There's nothing else I can say. Yeah, so very excited for that. But the next one is Charles Bukowski's On Love. This is just a bunch of poetry by Bukowski. I know he's a very controversial literary figure, and you kind of either love him or hate him. And yeah, I mean, there's some disturbing stuff that happens in a lot of his short stories. So obviously not recommending Bukowski to everybody, especially if you're sensitive to stuff. But anyways, it just says On Love. Bukowski lays bare the myriad facets of love, the selflessness and its narcissisms, its randomness and its mystery, and its misery, and ultimately its true joyfulness, endurance, and redemptive power. On Love also offers deep insight into Bukowski the man and the artist. Whether writing about his daughter, his lover, his friends, or his work, he is precisely honest and poignantly reflective, using love as a prism to see the world in all its beauty and cruelty, and his own fragile place in it. Brutally honest, flecked with humor and pathos, On Love reveals Bukowski at his most candid and affecting. Interesting, because the stuff that I've read from Bukowski hasn't been all love and rainbows and sunshine in the past, so interesting to see how that'll go. I also bought these ones, Alice Feeney's His and Hers and The Hollow Dead by Darcy Coates, but I talked about these in my previous video, so I'm not going to go into those. I also bought that one too. You know what, we've got enough books here. I'll save that one for the end of the month. Oh gosh, I'm so excited for this, guys. I got Ian McEwan's Atonement. So I just read The Cement Garden from him. I fucking adored it. It's again another one of those books that just delves into grief and loss, and I think this is his most popular book, if I'm not mistaken, and so I decided to go back and start with this one again, and then I'll probably work through his books because, oh yeah, can you smell that? It smells like another obsession. So I think this is going to be one that I read a lot of his work this year. I think I'm going to be reading a lot of his work this year. I'm going to try to not buy many other books besides newer books that come out, but I'm sure I'll buy a few random ones here or there. I have so many books that I need to get through, so I think stopping purchasing tons of books is going to be what I'm going to do going forward. But there's going to be one or two that I'm going to have to pick up here or there, and I'm guaranteed that this will not be my last Ian McEwan book of this year. But anyways, this one says, Ian McEwan's symphonic novel of love and war, childhood and class, guilt and forgiveness combines all the satisfaction of a superb narrative with the provocation we have come to expect from this master of English prose. On a summer day in 1935, 13-year-old Briony Tallis witnesses the flirtation between her older sister Cecilia and Robert Turner, the son of a servant. But Briony's incomplete grasp of adult motives and her precocious imagination bring about a crime that will change their lives, a life whose percussions atonement follows through the chaos and carnage of World War II and into the close of the 20th century. I mean, I'm very excited. Oh yeah, excited, very excited. We'll see how that one is. This one is by J.K. Huysmans. And here's the thing, it has multiple interpretations of the title. This one says The Damned. Another one said it was Down There or Down Here or something. And I ended up getting the Penguin Classics because usually they have some sort of introduction that gives you a little bit more information on either the time period or the history or whatever surrounding the book. But both copies of the books, I had both of them in my cart. The other one I really wanted because the cover looked so cool, but I decided to get this one just because it's the Penguin one. But also the descriptions seemed very different too. So I don't know. We'll see. But this one says, shy, censorious man is writing a biography of some guy. The monstrous 15th century child murderer thought to be the original Bluebeard. Bored and disgusted by the vulgarity of everyday life, Durtol seeks spiritual solace by immersing himself in another age. When he starts asking questions about the guy he's writing the biography on, Gilles de Reyes, I'm sorry, his involvement in satanic rituals, and is introduced to the exquisitely evil Madame Chantelouve. He is soon drawn into the twilight world of black magic and erotic devilry in Paris. Published in 1891, a book about worshiping the devil in 1891. I just keep finding the most interesting books. The Damned cemented Huysmans' reputation as a writer of the forefront of the avant-garde and as one of the most challenging and innovative figures in European literature. So I don't know, Devils, 1800s, I'm in. The next one that I got was Ruth Ware's The Turn of the Key. I also got another thriller. It's called The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. It was that writer that I really enjoyed, her thriller book that I read last, so I went back and purchased that one. But that one will be in my review wrap-up, and I just wanted a few thrillers. So this is one that had good ratings on Goodreads, and it actually doesn't have any information on the back. It's just quotes. It says, when she tumbles across the ad, she's looking for something else completely, but it seems like too good of an opportunity to miss. A live-in nanny's post with a staggeringly generous salary, and when Rowan Kane arrives at the house, she is smitten by the luxurious smart house fitted with all modern conveniences, by the beautiful Scottish Highlands, and by the picture-perfect family. What she doesn't know is that she's stepping into a nightmare, one that will end with the child dead and herself in prison awaiting trial for murder. Interesting. Writing to her lawyer from prison, she struggles to explain the unraveling events that led to her incarceration. It wasn't just the constant surveillance from the cameras installed around the house or the malfunctioning technology that woke the household with booming music or turned the lights off at the worst possible time. It wasn't just the girls who turned out to be a far cry from their immaculately behaved model children she met at the interview. It wasn't the way that she left the house alone for weeks at a time with no adults around apart from the enigmatic handyman Jack Grant. It was everything. She knows she's made mistakes. She admits that she lied to obtain the position and that her behavior towards the children wasn't always ideal. She's not innocent by any means, but she maintains she's not guilty, at least not for murder, which means someone else is. This sounds great. I'm very excited for it. Okay, so now we get to open book mail. I'm so excited. Okay, so this one, you guys, this has been sitting, these packages have been sitting on my desk for a freaking week, and so I had to open one. I was just too excited. I don't know if people want me to say who they're from or anything, but anyways, this person wrote me a nice letter and they gave me this sticker, "You had me at trigger warning," and I love this so much. This is 100% going on my Kindle immediately. So thank you so much for that. So I don't know if people care if I say their names or who they are, you know, if they send me stuff, but thank you so much for the kind letter and for the sticker. This will forever be immortalized on my Kindle. I really appreciate that. That was really awesome. Okay, next up here, I have this package. Too weak. You'll never guess. It's a book. This is The Necromancer by Tom Lewis. It says, evil has a child's face. As a wave of grisly occult-themed murder sweeps LA, the police have only one lead, a mysterious young girl caught at one of the crime scenes, a girl with a chilling secret, the power to raise the dead. From the author of Hell, the Possession and Exorcism of Casey Stevens comes a terrifying new tale of supernatural horror. Interesting. So Tom Lewis sent this one, or, you know, their book people, whoever's in charge of their book thing. So thank you very much, Tom. This sounds really intriguing, and I am very excited to read this. Again, for the books that authors send me, I have a huge growing list of books that I have to get to before, so it's going to be a while before I get to them, but I will get to them eventually. But thank you very much, Tom. Okay, next one we have here. Let's see. Okay, I know who this one is from. Sometimes I get messages that are like, hey, I sent you a book, and I'm like, oh no, you don't have to do that. But this person sent me this book because, wait, it's autographed? Oh, cute. It's autographed by the writer. That's cool. This one, they said, reminded them of the cozy mystery series that I'm obsessed with, and so they bought me a different cozy mystery to try, which I would love to read more of them, but it's just hard because the few that I have read, I haven't loved. Like, that's the only series, the Murder in the Mix series is the only one that I've, you know, really loved. So yeah, this one says Meet Your Baker. It's by Ellie Alexander. And it says the sweets are to die for. And then there's a bakery thing and there's a skull in the front. Ah, too cute. Okay, it says, welcome to Tort, a friendly small town family bake shop where treats are so good that sometimes it's criminal. After graduating from culinary school, Juliet Capshaw returns to her quaint hometown of Ashland, Oregon. Wow, this is one of, I swear, every cozy mystery I've read takes place in Vermont. So I'm very surprised that this one takes place in Oregon. To heal a broken heart and help her family at the family bakery, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival is bringing in lots of tourists looking for some crumpets to go with their heroic couplets. But when one of Tort's customers turns up dead, there's much ado about murder. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, yeah, that sounds cute. I'm not even gonna read more of it, but yeah, this sounds cute, and this does sound a lot like the Murder in the Mix series. So thank you so much for sending me that. That's really awesome. Actually, I'm gonna keep author books and regular books separated. That is so funny. Okay, I got this one here. Thank you guys so much for sending me stuff. This is really cool. Let's see. Hold on. Let me start with the note here. They wrote that they had a few thoughts when watching my videos. It says the second being, holy crap, the last thing you need is more books. Given that, I've sent you 3 more books. That's so funny. Never enough books. Never. Oh, horror sci-fi books. Okay. And extreme. Okay, who is this? Andy McDaniel. Okay, you are hilarious. This is so funny. They said that it's a bit like John Carpenter's The Thing, only if it was more horny. I'm assuming that they're okay with me reading a little bit of this just because they sent me their own work. Like a blend of 50s sci-fi, 70s exploitation, and 80s horror, body horror. It sounds so interesting. This is so lovely. Thank you. Okay, obviously very thankful for anybody who, you know, sends me anything. Like, this is very, very sweet. Thank you to the authors and to, you know, just people sending me books that they think that I would like. It's just very kind. So anyways, this one, they're all by Andy McDaniel. This one is called Saucermen and From Venus Against Hell's Beauties. The cover is fantastic. It says they came from Venus. They came not as conquerors nor refugees. They came in a desperate search for means to save their world-torn planet. No experiment is too risky. No scheme too immortal. They will save Venus or die trying. They are the Saucermen from Venus. The rumble of their motorcycles cuts through the night air, driving fear and excitement into all those that hear it. They're the toughest women on the road that the road has ever seen. The only laws they follow are their own, and when one of them is in trouble, there's going to be a very special kind of hell to pay. They are the Hell's Beauties. So yeah, that sounds interesting. This one's called Licanimeter. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly. Based on the original script by Sebastian Godin, a major motion picture. So here's the cover of this one. It says, "Who's afraid of the big slimy wolf?" It was supposed to be a fun weekend filled with booze, laughs, and sexual hijinks, but there's an evil lurking in the old Phillips house. It's lain dormant for nearly 40 years. It's slimy, it's hairy, and it's hungry. This kind of sounds like the Cellar book that I read earlier. And then we have Black Melt, a sci smut horror fi tale. And this one says, Get Melted. A recovered meteorite from the heart of the Atlantic Ocean proves to be far more interesting when extraterrestrial fungi life is found growing within. Dr. Madison Davis, a medical mycologist, is brought in as part of the team to investigate the new found life and determine what secrets it holds and what dangers it might present. Descending a quarter of a mile underground to a top secret research laboratory, Madison discovers that sometimes the smallest things can be the most deadly. So that one, yeah, this is the one I think that they said sounds a bit like, oh, and it's signed. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It says to Anda, Get Melted. That's so amazing. That's great. Oh, this one's signed too. Thank you so much. Hi, Anda, stay creepy. This is so, you guys, I love signed copies of books. I think that's so amazing. And this one was signed too. You guys all got me signed books. Thank you so much. That's so great. I will definitely, I will definitely be reading these. You guys are supplying me with books to keep me busy forever. That is my book haul. Holy moly. Thank you so much to anybody who sent me anything, their work or other work. Yeah, thanks for watching this enormous book haul. As always, I'll keep you updated on Instagram on what I'm reading. Hopefully, going forward, I will be more consistent with my videos and stop overthinking things, you know? But we'll see. Thank you so much. I appreciate hanging out with you and talking about books. It's my favorite thing to do, if I'm honest. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you think about all these. Let me know if you've purchased any books recently. And I will see you soon with another horror video. Bye, guys!
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.